What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know who it is. Trigger ranking. So basically, we in this thing today, man. We about to do a couple of little things. About to do a little couple reactions. About to go nuclear. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Um, appreciate everybody for liking, subscribing, and sending a little cash apps until I get monetized. My channel get monetized. But one thing I would like to say is, I love everybody that's coming in here. Even the haters, I love the haters too. So y'all know what it is, man. We about to start this thing up, man. Hold on. I gotta cut my speaker on. Give me 1 second, y'all. All right, so everything in alignment, guys. So yeah, man, we about to check this out. Shit, a lot of our channels, man, they ain't really been putting nothing out. Hip Hop Buddha ain't putting nothing out there. I don't think. I ain't seen nothing. Um, I need to check out Star Snitch and the celeb sauce too. But the first one we're gonna do, Poetic did this one. This was like an hour ago, so he just put this out. Dave Portnoy just got pressed by his ops on camera for saying this, and this is we are reacting to a Poetic Flacco video.
Right now, it's a literal civil war on our timelines, and it's not even divided usually. This Dave Portnoy situation has the internet divided right now. It's a literal civil war on our timelines, and it's not even divided usually along political lines. It's actually kind of random, to be honest, bro. People are really expressing their opinions, and it's really causing a lot of conflict right now. So if you guys are not aware of what I'm talking about, Dave Portnoy was doing a pizza review, and when he was doing a pizza review, a heckler came up to him.
I love that. Hello. 7-2. Crowd likes it. Crowd likes it. Start Bill 7-2. Pretty good. All right. That's our review. Supposedly be able to watch some alumni baseball game tonight. I don't know what that's all about, so I'm excited. So far, so good. Again, Brandon Walker, I hate him so much. He's like made me want to hate Starkville, but so far I like it.
If you thought you heard coins, you heard right, because he threw coins at the ground towards Dave Portnoy. Obviously, this dude got a problem with Jewish people. He's dissing Jewish people. That right there is playing into a stereotype, and then you're...
Now on this channel, we don't have no hate for no race, religion, creed, gender, whatever. We ain't hating on none of that, bro. Ain't no hate over here, bro.
Slur for Jewish people. Now, obviously, his behavior is indefensible, right? His behavior is deplorable. I think people like this is disgusting. But he did it. And the punishment for exactly what he did is what people is arguing about. So Dave Portnoy ultimately confronted this dude, and he didn't really do much outside of call Dave Portnoy a slur. He threw the coins at the ground, but outside of that, there was no physical contact, and he kind of went about his day.
Why you come in the camera, buddy? Why? Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on.
I was thinking about those jokes, right? That's what you put handcuffs. You already said it.
No, handcuffs. No,
That's what you said. So you said you're an employee. You said you shouldn't be able to make things about.
I never said handcuffs.
Yeah, you did. You said it should be a crime.
What?
Come on here. Get out of here.
So this right here is crazy because I feel like as a content creator, that's why I started doing more videos. It's getting my setup straight because just being out there in the public, bro, is you never know what can happen on camera. So like, especially when you going live, you can't stop the live. whatever happens on live, it happens. So basically, like, I stopped doing a lot of videos, like public videos, because it's just safer to do it in your own, set up your own like studio or whatever, and that's what I got going on.
Well, what?
Come on here. Get out of here.
I'll only take that down from what, 7-2? No, we'll keep it 7-2. 7-2. By the way, you're by yourself. Nah, he said.
Hold on, y'all. The police looking for somebody. That's crazy. Something happened, y'all. The police looking for somebody out there. This crazy.
The Jews and threw shit at me. No, that's all right. That's all right. There's apples everywhere you go. Still gonna stick it 7-2. That's a review. Won't take it away. And by the way, if you saw this crowd here, everyone told that guy to go himself. He's also just making shit up. So there you go, 7-2. That's a review.
It's unclear exactly why he did this, the exact motivating factor. However, because why would anybody do this? But when him and Dave Portnoy was going back and forth, he told Dave Portnoy that he had a major issue with Dave Portnoy expressing that he wanted people locked up for criticizing Israel. Now, Dave Portnoy said he didn't say that. He don't know what they're talking about. However, even though the dude's actions was indefensible, he's a deplorable human being, and I disavow nobody would ever co-sign nonsense like that. Dave Portnoy wasn't being completely truthful when he said he never called for people to be jailed. He actually did, in more words than none, was when he was going back and forth with one of his employees, and they was arguing about the recent skepticism of Israel. And Dave Portnoy believed that the skepticism and the commentary has gotten to a point where he feels like anti-Semitism is on the rise, and there needs to be something to curb it. Well, the co-host kept asking Dave, bro, what do you want them to do? Like, get rid of free speech? People not be able to criticize Israel no more? Like, should we lock them up? And it felt like Dave Portnoy agreed that they should be locked up.
We can have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want, right?
Now, that's the thing. People should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many Jews have to be killed before you stop?
Everybody, I don't think.
What else? Where else is that happening with the religion or people?
I don't think those psychopaths, I'm with you, they're scumbags, the worst people on the earth.
You don't think it's all related?
But Dave, you're telling comedians not to make a joke?
And how can you not realize we're in a different time?
I completely realize. I'm sensitive to the fact you're sensitive, and I feel bad.
No, you're not. You don't get it.
That's not true. I am sensitive. What I'm saying is, it's a fine line. I think you agree. I think you agree. Maybe you don't.
Right now, you probably
Okay, nothing. Silence everything. Why you, every comedian, don't tell a joke about it. Because, like, Dave, that's not how the world works. I agree.
Go back to your question. When does freedom of speech and
That was your question.
religion?
That was your question.
Answer it.
How many deaths?
Yeah.
I don't have anything. So we're
Like how in America? What's your question? Now.
So now what? So now what do we do?
So maybe you stop with the Jew jokes and act like it's not a big deal when someone does the Jews in a bar. Or
Here's the thing. I'm with you 1,000% of that. You should kick those people out. Of course you
I'm
should.
not talking about kicking them out. I'm talking
So
about
in jail? Like, what do you want? Like, you are defending these guys that wrote the thing in the bar, the Jews, right?
Yes.
You're gonna fly them to Auschwitz. Some guy tweeting you, so you want he's up.
Yeah, this one right here, this kind of over my head. I'm not really a politics type of person, politics type of guy. I think I'm gonna go to another video. Yeah, okay, so this one right here. Oh, okay, this I did want to talk about this. So we're gonna watch the Star Snitch joint, but we're gonna go to this next Poetic Flacco. He just dropped this a minute ago. Like I said, I don't have nothing negative to say about any other race, creed, country, color. I look at us as we all the same. We all bleed red blood, and it's blue before it hits the air. So, hey. But yeah, this Poetic Flacco, man. Tasha K getting sued again. So boom, let's watch that one.
These celebrities celebrities are dummies and Matt Barnes is no different. Matt Barnes just dropped a story time where he absolutely proves he's an idiot. So Matt Barnes came to social media to tell us that a woman has been extorting him for a couple months now. And he's
They
been
say he got extorted for $60K, bro. $60,000 because this lady was gonna lie to his pregnant girlfriend. I'm looking like, what?
allowing her to do it. Yeah, I've never seen or heard a malarkey like this before, bro.
All right, story time. And by no means am I sharing this story for empathy or sympathy. I'm sharing this story
You
because
shared this story because you're a chump.
a lie can travel around the world before the truth wakes up. And although this is all being handled legally and people are in the process of being sued, I wanted to address it because the vote continues.
So one thing I would like to say, instead of letting people know what you're gonna do, just drop it on the head top, bro. Like now she gonna be ducking getting served or whatever. She might they might have to serve her the paperwork. She might be ducking that shit. Like Pineapple Express.
This started July of 2023. My ex and I had split up for about a month. And this chick DMs me and I entertain her. We go back and forth. Conversation is spicy. We never met, never kicked it, never met, never seen this chick one time in my life. And then fast forward, my ex and I got back together. So I told her, she got a little weird, but she kind of just fell back. So moving along, we get back together and we end up doing this reality show. And while we were on this reality show, we find out we're pregnant. So we announced that on the reality show. And when that airs for the world to see, I started getting hit up from different folks. Tripping. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna expose this.
He starts getting hit up. This chick starts to act like she's emotional. She's scarred. She can't believe he went back to his baby. He
She's
never met this chick.
emotional.
So her emotions is completely fake. It's all fake. These chicks are professional extortionists, bruh. This is what they do. Listen, a lot of y'all is under this.
But I say it's people out here that use tactics like that every day to get paid. They don't work a regular job. They extort people.
La La Land delusion that these chicks who do like OnlyFans and sell their
She got 60,000 out of him. Some people don't even make 60,000 a year just working, bro. Like
body online. Y'all are under the delusion that they're all
crazy.
millionaires. Cut it out, bruh. 99% of them can barely afford rent every month. 99% of them, all right, drive a hoopty. 99% of them sleep on an air mattress where they get their cheeks clap on, right, for an eighth. I'm telling you, bruh, these chicks is doing bad. So a lot of them, what they do is they would DM random celebrity men, right? They would try to engage, right, in conversations. They would escalate it very fast so they wouldn't get flown out to get a place to sleep for the night, all right? Now, if they cheeks get clapped, they cheeks get clapped, right? But they still get some a cot and a hot shower, okay? That's better than how they live on a regular life. And if they can't get flown out, they use the messages to like try to extort you, right? But understand, these chicks are not hitting you up because they feel like you're suave and irresistible. No, they're hitting you up for an opportunity. If they're gonna get the opportunity, however it comes. If they can, like
Rick Barnes, I don't know what he thought he was on, but yeah. No, Matt Barnes. Yeah, Matt Barnes, I don't know what he thought he was on, but that ain't it, bro. Giving somebody $60,000 of your hard-earned money for a lie, not I said the cat.
sucker you into wifing them up and change their lifestyle, they're gonna go for the ride, right? But if you got some brains and you're smart enough to know, man, I ain't wifing up no IG bot, then they're gonna try to get as close to you as possible, get your secrets, find something where you're vulnerable at, and then extort you. And unfortunately for Matt Barnes, he was stupid enough to go along with it. Because once she called, beginning to act as if she was like distraught, as if she was like a damsel in distress that just lost her husband, he fell for the bait.
And bro, like this somebody he said he never met. Did y'all heard him say it earlier? He never met this woman. So if he never met her, like how are you now going to be extorted by her? Like, bro, you like this is, bro. I don't know. She probably got some more information on this man, bro. I don't know, bro. Something ain't right about this. Something ain't right about this.
And ate right out her palms, man.
So I think to myself, like, expose what? Like, we've never kicked it, met, person, shook hands, hugged, none of that shit. So
they never met, shook hands, none of that. But she got 60,000 out of you, bro.
I'm like, expose what? But at the same time, you know, my ex was a little older, which is a high-risk pregnancy, and I didn't want no bullshit like that coming out. So this chick said, pay me or I'm gonna release our text or our conversation, our DMs. And I'm like, you really don't have shit, but again, okay.
So you said okay. Bro, you're a clown, my nigga. You're a clown, dog. So you said okay. Okay to what exactly? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay to what? Like, really? So now you gonna start paying them?
I started paying this chick some bread for about a year. And I'm gonna show you those receipts.
He paid a whole year, bro, for a lie. Bro, come on, man. Like, y'all got, man, come on, dog. Come on. This can't be true life. This can't be real life, bro. This gotta be a skit or something, bro. This got to be a skit, bro. Like, this got to be a skit, bro. Can't be real. Can't be real.
And during this time, I'm kind of just tapping in with her because she's a wild card. She's a nutcase. And kind of just checking in, having empty conversations to make sure she's cool.
What if your butts could turn a public place into a private moment?
Do you hear that heartbeat?
What? People going for this? Listen, man, the pregnancy is only 9 months. So paying her for a year was a choice. Right? She had to be terrified of something, right? You were scared of something getting out because you were still paying her even after the pregnancy. And even after, like, you and your ex, I think, like, separated. So you were scared of something. Also, a year of extortion?
Bro, that's, I don't know. I honestly, bro, I don't know how that works. Cause I'm not giving out my the money I make to just throw it out in the air just to give to somebody, bro. Like,
yo,
you must got a lot of money you doing like that, bro.
Right?
That's bullshit.
Start a
Right
little box set, man. Give me 15,000, man. And you give the 15,000 and go about your life.
She a Bob.
But this Bob had you on a string to where she was getting money from you on a monthly basis for a year straight? For a year? I'm in the wrong business, man. I'm in the wrong business, bro. I gotta get into Punani management, Coochie management, bro. Right? Because, man, all I gotta do is get a couple chicks signed to me, sick of one of these green dudes, and we gonna get residual income every month, $1,000 from each one of them? Man, I gotta get my pimp lingo up, bro. Listen, I gotta practice how to break one of these IG bots, man.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Yeah, anyway, let's keep going.
Man, hey, Big, you rather walk on Fig?
Nigga, back on Fig, goddamn it.
Hey, put it in my palm and you gonna shine. Hey, man, shine. Hey, listen. Game guy Goldie, rate this sharp. Rate this. Hey, suspect. Y'all gotta rate this Ism, man. Huh? Put it in my palm if you wanna shine. You rather walk on fig or hold out the Ritz. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm lit. Now, Matt Barnes would go on, and he would talk about their agreement as well as show the messages. Once I seen the messages, man, I'm like, Matt Barnes, bro, you can't be this much of an idiot, bro. It was never gonna stop. Like, what was the plan?
Like, bro, this sounds like an incredible, like this, like it sounds like Lemony Snicket's, like a series of unfortunate events, my nigga. Like this don't even seem real.
As long as she lives. Yo, you are worth $20+ million. You are a 6'8", handsome, light-skinned dude who's worth $20+ million. What are you scared of? Like her exposing how you was
Hey, bro, that shit funny.
Like girlfriend, baby mama? She not gonna leave you anyway. Why are you stressing? Now, this chick apparently has been a chick who's been feeding Tasha K all the information and all the leak, like voice notes and messages from Matt Barnes. And I was wondering, how was Tasha K getting all this information on Matt Barnes? Apparently, it's been through this chick, and whenever she does it, she will send Matt Barnes like the IG link and the blog link, like, you see. Hey, listen, better send that money or else I'm gonna do more.
September of last year, we have a baby. And I keep paying her until the end of the year, so until December. I think December 6th was the last time I sent her bread. So come January, she flips out. You need to do this. If you don't do this, I'm gonna expose everything. So I just confessed. I told her, like, look, showed her the DMs, the conversations, proof that I never kicked it with the chick. But this chick starts going crazy and saying, I'm gonna expose you and you just wait. And I'm sure that too, so y'all can see. She's on a rampage.
What did you talk, bro? This shit, right? Like, what is this man talking about? Like, this shit, I'm confused.
The one thing I will say is this chick is good. We had DM for a little bit. There's some voice audios, and then during the process where I was trying to keep her sane, we exchanged phone numbers. So she starts chopping and screwing, and even AI in my voice because she had it on a few.
Damn, she AI'd the nigga voice.
Damn, son.
Like, that means she cold-blooded with this shit. Like, she AI'd the nigga voice.
Not a lot of laws, but I think mostly, you know how thirsty and desperate she is, and every time she wants to, like, not fact-checking anything, just whatever she sent, she runs. So there were stories out there about me being gay. There were stories about me about allegedly trying to convince a girlfriend of mine not to go on reality TV. What else? There's a story about me, the recent one, about me allegedly trying to talk someone into an abortion. They threatened stories about my kids and all kinds of weird and wild.
Atborn would eventually announce.
That's crazy, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never would have let nobody have no power over me like that, where I gotta pay them bread and shit for them to not put out some text messages. Like, bro, what are in the, like, we gotta see all these damn text messages, because, like, bro, for you to pay somebody for a whole year and you pay them 60 G's, nigga, like, bro, something in them text messages ain't right, bitch.
Announced that he's suing Tasha K too, because Tasha K posted up the messages or the receipts that lady sent. So now here's the thing, and here's why I have to give Tasha K the benefit of the doubt from my perspective, right? If a woman is sending Tasha K a slew of messages and voice notes, and you're acknowledging, some of the voice notes, a lot of it she sent to Tasha K, those are authentic and those are real. Well, how would Tasha K be able to distinguish between the real voice notes that you acknowledge is really you and it's real and it's your voice, and the fake ones? So if she's using AI to duplicate AI voice notes based on real voice notes, then I don't really, like, how would Tasha K have been able to vet that? Like, how would Tasha K have been able to double check and confirm that, right? Like, if she's getting voice notes that you confirm, some is real, some is fake, how would somebody be able to detect a fake voice note in this era of AI? Now, you say, 10 years ago?
Like, yeah, that shit, For real, like 10 years ago, well, I don't know what he about to say, but you know, that AI done got so good, bro. Like you don't know what, like you don't. AI got so good, you don't know what you're looking at. Like we could see Tupac, Martin Luther King, we could see all these people moving around and shit. Like, and then what if Pac come back now on some shit? Like, oh yeah, I done got good, so it just be like, oh yeah, that's Pac. Oh nah, that ain't really Pac, and Pac really done came back from Cuba.
Cool. This era of AI, yo, go to Sora, bro.
Yeah, so I got that on my phone. I ain't even started fucking with it yet. I mean, I left off at Gronk, but that Sora, I ain't even opened the app yet. I need to get into it and figure this shit out. But bro, that Sora, man, that shit could do any fucking thing, bro. I thought Gronk was good. Shit.
Sora tag was not on that video. Will you be able to tell that video fake? Probably not. So in this case, I don't know, bro. I think Matt Barnes is taking his anger out on Tasha K, to be honest. I think this chick should be the priority and the focus, which she probably is, but Tasha K to me did nothing wrong. That lawsuit to me is like the least of that chick's responsibility. Not Tasha K. I'm talking about the chick that was extorting Matt Barnes, because I don't feel like Tasha K did anything wrong in this situation. Yo, this lawsuit is like the least of that chick worries, bro. She got to worry about the police and the law. Yo, you was getting paid $5,000 a month, $61,000.
That's yeah, you can that's called extortion. That's called extortion. You stupid, y'all. Like that's called extort. You can't extort somebody with information. Like that's a federal. You can go to jail to the feds for extortion.
It's over a 12 to 13 month time frame. What was you doing with that money? Did you feel like this was gonna last forever? I can probably almost guarantee you, bro, she was getting an extra $5,000 on her current income already. But she was probably spending that $5,000 a month on a seafood boil. She probably went and got a new band thinking this money would never end. And now when he pulled the rug from out under her, right? Hey, bro, I'm done doing this, man. That's when you're about to see, yo, she began to panic. Like, she began to move like an absolute manic. Here you see her, like, again, you can slow it down or pause. Here you see her texting Matt Barnes, sending him voice notes upon voice notes upon voice notes, right? But here's the one that really got me. So she was using an alias, a woman called Zanny. And she was using that particular alias to send these things to the blog so her name don't get attached to it. But she was letting Matt Barnes know, hey, yo, that's me doing it. That's me doing it. Hey, listen, I'm going to get my Instagram back tomorrow and I'm going to find more voice notes. Yo, she is panicking. Look at this. Messages upon messages upon messages, bro. Yo, this lady.
She crazy, bro. Like, she crazy as fuck because at the end of the day, bro, like, dog, like, the scam ran out. It's over. I mean, what else can we talk about here? Like, the scam is up, bro. Like, he not gonna pay you no more. Now you mad. Now you gonna try to expose the man. You done got a whole year worth of payment out of it. You got 60,000.
Like, bro, I don't understand if like rent was probably due, so she was expecting to at least get the last $5,000 in December around Christmas, but then he just pulled the rug from out under her. So now she couldn't pay rent, so she was just out here panicking. But yo, this has to be a crime. Matter of fact, I know it's a crime. It's 100% crime. This part is funny where she tells Matt Barnes,
extortion.
I got voice notes of you that you probably don't remember. Whole time she's created fake voice notes. Oh no, this chick.
She got AI. She done cloned the nigga voice and making him say whatever. Like she could talk through. She could just type whatever she want him to say, and it'll sound like him talking. That's how the AI working now.
Devious, man.
AI
these
crazy,
messages
bro.
Are never ending. But you're about to see right here where she shows Matt Barnes.
That's how Drake did that shit with Snoop and Tupac when he was I forget the TaylorMade, the TaylorMade freestyle. He had a Tupac AI voice on there, And he had a Snoop Dogg AI voice on that bitch. Like,
all the
and all they did, they typed that shit, whatever they wanted them to say, and
all the messages and the proof that she's been sending to Tasha K.
I heard.
And getting Tasha K to post about Matt Barnes, all the stories she's been leaking to Tasha K. So that's where I believe Matt Barnes is now going at Tasha K over. But I'll be real, I don't believe that is right. But Tasha K would.
Matt Barnes need to get that bitch locked up and get his 60,000 back, bro. Like, fuck that. Like,
respond back to Matt Barnes going after her or threatening to sue her. Tasha K responds back to Matt Barnes by saying, so Matt Barnes is suing me because I posted the messages between him and the woman he paid $60K to not release the messages she gave me. So let me get this straight. You paid her 60 bands to stop a fake story, and now you're suing me for dropping the same messages between y'all. Did I hear this fentanyl is right, or am I tripping? Man, somebody get
60 bands. I told y'all, 60 bands.
This man some mousse for court. Everything is alleged. Even my name is alleged, which that does make sense, right? Like, you pay this chick $60,000 not to release the messages between y'all, but now you're claiming the messages are fake, or at least some of it is fake. And yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't see like any court finding Tasha K liable in this situation, to be honest. As a public figure, if he's suing somebody for defamation, he has to prove ill intent. He has to prove they maliciously lied on purpose. They knew.
Nah, he need to get that bitch locked up with the feds. She extorted you,
They were
stupid.
saying was false. And they
See,
still
like,
saying
these folks, like, bro,
And
these
in this
folks,
situation-
they don't understand, bro. Like, this is a real world out here, bro. Like, it's rules that you gotta abide by. You can't take information and tell somebody, hey, if you don't give me this amount a month, I'm gonna put this information out. That's federal shit.
Right here,
bro.
man, I don't think you can prove that Tasha K intentionally lied. Not in this situation, okay? But y'all let me know in the comments.
Tasha K, like, she just interviewed the lady. Like, you going after the wrong person. You need to go after her. Fuck Tasha K.
Section, what do you?
But he trying to get it. Like, I think he think Tasha K got a little chili. So he trying to get some of the chili off of.
You guys think, man? I don't know, man. I don't know how Matt Barnes fell for this okie doke, man. All right, man. Listen, man. Ben hit me up talking about extortion. Man, drop it. All right, drop it all. I could give a damn, bro. All right, they already done said everything about me on the internet, bro. All right, they are. Listen, they already done lied on me on the internet.
So why'd you paying her, bro? Like, bro, you look like the biggest simp in American history. You look like the biggest simp.
They already done lied on me on the internet. All right. So there's nothing you can say about me that hasn't already been said. Yo, listen, yo, there were a group of weirdo content creators, weirdos, who just absolute fraud and liars, who created fake paperwork, right? Redacted, put my face on the paperwork, all type of stuff, and then said that I was a sex offender. And it was not true at all. At all. They just made it up. And then to this day, when you ask them, why'd you lie on Flacco and say that he was this when he wasn't? Well, I never lied. I was just asking a question. No, well, I never lied. I was just, no, I said allegedly.
That nigga Flacco. Like, but hey, if they were playing my name like that too, bro, I would be on some the same. I'd be stuttering just like Flacco too, nigga. Like, nigga, stop playing with me, bro. Like, he ain't gonna put that on my name, nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about? You ain't gonna put that on me.
Weirdos. Just weirdos, man. And that's why you look at all the weirdos and all their platforms, it's not really thriving, man. No, right? So that's why I personally would never go out like Matt Barnes, bro. All right, because these weirdos done lied on me already, right? All right. And when I came and dropped the receipts and dropped the facts and exposed them, we don't really hear from them anymore. All right. All right. But y'all let me know in the comment section, man. What do you guys think about this? All right.
Man, y'all check out your boy Poetic. The Flacco. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get down. This shit finish. Let me see something. We're going to Starsnitch. Stephen A. Smith goes off on Shannon Sharp. This might be older.
Looking at you, my brother, and I say this affectionately, you might be one of the dumbest folks on the planet.
Apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you.
Imagine being a 57-year-old retired NFL superstar worth millions of dollars, has 2 daughters and a son, works for ESPN, and you throw away your whole reputation because you wanted to go mess around with an OF model that is 30 years younger than you, bro.
Right now.
Damn. And that is crazy because she is 30 years. She's 30 years younger than you. You had to pay her up towards $20 million, bro. Like, I mean, somebody you just met in a gym. That's
the whole
crazy.
area is watching Shannon Sharp crumble in real time. And Stephen A. Smith, he's not even pretending to play nice. He clowned Shannon on national TV and dropped some bold hints about what really went down behind the scenes at ESPN. It almost sounded like he was hinting that Shannon's career might be finished. And the wild part is Shannon might have walked himself straight into this mess. This old clip of Stephen A. Smith speaking on Shannon has reappeared online, and the streets are analyzing every second of it. But it's not just because Stephen was sarcastic, Ganka, it's because he made it crystal clear that he is not riding with Shannon anymore. Stephen basically implied that Shannon's career may never bounce back after all the controversies and questionable situations hovering over him, and that alone had people gasping. Suddenly, everyone started asking serious questions. Was Stephen trying to quietly sabotage Shannon? Did Stephen know about some hidden corporate battles happening at ESPN that regular folks never heard about? Or was this just straight up jealousy? For a minute.
This is crazy because I remember when all this was going on, bro. Like, shit, we was going crazy on the internet. They had all kind of love videos. They had mashup video, everything with Monique, Cat Williams, Donnell Rawlins. I'm talking about all them folks on this.
Nobody had answers to until the truth came out, and it painted a sad picture of Shannon Sharp that nobody was prepared for. Anybody who's been following this drama knows Shannon went from being a beloved personality to being labeled as the corniest guy online. Everything spiraled after he got hit with back-to-back lawsuits that had people side-eyeing him hard. But here's the twist. Most folks didn't know that after settling the recent lawsuit filed by Gabriel Zuniga, Shannon was reportedly left broke and drowning in debt. And as soon as that money situation came to light, Stephen A. Smith supposedly picked up on it crazy fast, and he did not stay quiet about it. He jumped on air and spent nearly 20 straight minutes going in on Shannon, saying Shannon put himself in this position and had nobody else to blame. He tried to make it sound like he was defending Shannon, but people could clearly see he was forcing himself to stay neutral through the whole rant. In that clip, it almost felt like he was low-key celebrating the fact that Shannon was going broke and watching his reputation fall apart. But here's where things really get wild. Just a few months earlier, Shannon would have never imagined his whole career spinning out like this. After that huge Cat Williams interview went viral, his Club Shay Shay podcast shot
came to me and said, "It's yours. You're responsible for it. If I didn't want Shannon Sharp at first take, Shannon Sharp wouldn't be at first take."
Absolutely.
That's just how I roll.
You one of the few, Stephen A.
Straight to the top and became the most watched show on YouTube. Then in April 2025, Front Office Sports reported that Shannon was getting ready to sign a massive $100 million deal for his podcast. the biggest contract ever given to an athlete-run media brand.
And she fucked all of that up. He didn't even get to get the $100 million because he got caught up with this Gabrielle Zuniga. Gabrielle Zuniga.
Add that to his ESPN job and other side projects, and Shannon was practically running the entire sports media scene. He was up, he was winning, he was unstoppable. And then everything crashed in a heartbeat. Shannon got hit with that intense lawsuit filed by Gabrielle Zuniga, and that's when everything changed.
I'm not going to speak to one's innocence or one's guilt about something I have absolutely positively no knowledge of whatsoever.
Scammers demand payment with gift cards. Don't share codes or personal details.
Hold on, y'all. I got commercials and shit.
To speak to one's innocence or one's guilt about something I have absolutely positively no knowledge of whatsoever. Do I believe that Shannon Sharpe is guilty of what he has been accused of? Absolutely not. That is my personal opinion. The brother that I've come to know, I don't believe will assault on anybody. And I'm going to state that emphatically. But just as emphatically, I'm going...
Hold on.
Intense lawsuit filed by Gabrielle Zuniga, and that's when everything changed.
I'm not going to speak to one's innocence or one's guilt about something I have absolutely positively no knowledge of whatsoever.
So when like May said on It Is What It Is with him and Cameron, he was like he said something to the fact that like when he was talking about Jay-Z, when all the shit came out about Jay-Z talking about the girl and something happened to her, and they were like, he was like Jay-Z, the guy I know, he would never do that. But he didn't do that for Shannon, though.
Do I believe that Shannon Sharpe is guilty of what he has been accused of? Absolutely not. That is my personal opinion. The brother that I've come to know, I don't believe would assault on anybody. And I'm going to state that emphatically. But just as emphatically, I'm going to remind everybody it is my opinion because of what I feel about him. Not in any way implying that I know a damn.
But here's the twist. Stephen A. Smith apparently already knew about the lawsuit before it became public knowledge. So when he made those questionable comments about Shannon, he wasn't just throwing shade for fun. He was speaking off information that was actually confirmed. Once that came out, it suddenly made sense why Stephen hinted that Shannon's career at ESPN was basically over. The writing was already on the wall. All anyone had to do was look at the facts. But that wasn't even the worst part. Gabrielle's initial demand was reportedly $50 million, which blew people's minds.
50 million.
And Shannon's reaction?
$50 million. You think you Chelsea Clinton or something, man? She thought she was Chelsea Clinton. Goddamn.
He practically brushed it off and laughed at the idea of paying her anything beyond what he called a straight-up and her lawyer, Tony Busby, accusing him of trying to extort him in his name. From the outside, Shannon looked confident,
you know, bro.
like he really believed he had everything under control. But then things took a darker turn once those unsettling audio recordings involving Shannon and Gabriel leaked online. The internet exploded the moment those clips hit social media, and it's easy to understand why.
ESPN and Disney have a wait-and-see attitude when it comes to whatever evidence they may learn about this entire situation involving Shannon Sharpe from a legal and from a civil perspective. What they didn't need, as it pertains to those two things that I just mentioned, they didn't need any definitive evidence at this particular moment in time about all of that stuff. Once all the things Shannon Sharpe's lawyer put out there, it was uncomfortable to listen to, and it was not something that Walt Disney once associated with its brand. So to have him on the airwaves while all of that stuff was put out there, was not something that Disney was going to take. That is what I mean when I say I'm not surprised.
In the first recording, you can clearly hear Shannon making threats toward Gabriel, talking like he was ready to get physical. Then in the second recording, the tone shifts. You can hear Gabriel sounding scared, like she truly thought Shannon was going to harm her. After those recordings dropped, Stephen A. Smith decided he wasn't staying quiet anymore, and when he spoke, he didn't hold anything back. Here's the crazy part. Stephen and Shannon have history. Stephen was actually the one who helped Shannon secure his spot over at Fox, and they've been cool colleagues for years. Because of that connection, most people expected Stephen to defend Shannon, or at least stay neutral while everything played out in court, but Stephen shocked everyone when he went live and basically suggested that Shannon might not be innocent. He didn't dance around it, he laid it out plain and said the situation didn't look good for Shannon at all, and he kept going. Stephen then blamed Shannon for engaging in reckless activities that could easily destroy anyone's career.
Family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second.
So he targeted Jay-Z. He wasn't able to hit Jay-Z, but you settled out of court.
Tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation.
$50 million. They wanted 50, and in the end, you settled. So what does that say?
And trying
she
to
might have got upwards of 20. She might have got 25 million.
Get me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about.
He even bragged that you would never catch him getting involved in those kinds of situations, saying he knows better than to play those silly games Shannon seems to enjoy. Stephen didn't break down every detail, but it was obvious what he meant. He was hinting at Shannon's public escapades with younger white women and how those choices kept landing him in messy situations. And the wild thing is,
you got generational wealth and you throw it away, bro.
Priceline's AI travelers.
Know what I'm saying? Like, look, you got generational wealth. I'm not saying he not still getting to the chili, but what I'm saying is like, you got generational wealth, bro. You got to keep that in-house, bro. Like, you can't let some outsider in and do that to you and just take from you, bro. Like, and I respect Shannon Sharp, like, you know what I'm saying? Good dude, bro, but gotta make better decisions.
That's not even the full story. This is where everything got even more intense. Fans were stunned when news broke that Shannon agreed to settle Gabby's lawsuit outside of court. Remember, he spent months saying he would never give her a single penny, yet suddenly he folded. The real numbers were never revealed, but insiders claimed the settlement might have been close to the original $50 million she requested. That deal hit his bank account hard, way harder than he expected. Not only did he hand over a huge chunk of money, but he still had to cover massive legal fees once everything wrapped up. It was like every bill imaginable showed up at the same time. Then came the twist. Gabby released a statement saying she was retiring from OF after the settlement. People could hear the excitement in her message. And
yeah, she said, thank you to all my OnlyFans subscribers. I'm retiring. Like, basically, like, putting that shit in my man's face. Like that shit was a joke. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that right there, bro, like, you know, you gotta be on another level of pettiness to put out a message like that. Like, I'm retiring. The girl 20-something years old. She 20 years old and got about $20 million of your money. How the fuck does that work?
the odd part, she never even mentioned the lawsuit. No comments about healing. They saw no mention of other victims and nothing. And yeah, she doesn't have to explain anything. She can live her life. but a lot of people felt like her silence said a lot. To them, it made it seem like she got the payday she wanted and dipped. Her statement about being truly excited for this next chapter only fueled the conversations online. Folks started asking whether she set Shannon up. And if she didn't, then how serious was the evidence that he went from threatening to sue her to settling for that huge amount? But for Shannon, this was only the beginning of his downfall. Things got even messier when old accusations started resurfacing, dragging his past right back into the spotlight. More stories came out, painting a darker picture of who he might really be. And here's where it got worse. Turns out Gabby Zuniga wasn't even the first person to take illegal action against Shannon. His ex, Michelle Evans, had filed a...
Yeah, I think she worked with him at another broadcasting station, and she did have a little lawsuit. But like his type, he like white women. Like he don't like no black female. I see that. He don't like black.
Similar lawsuit years earlier with allegations that stretched back nearly a whole decade. And guess what? Michelle came back with a brand new lawsuit. This time accusing Shannon of defamation, and she's asking for a jaw-dropping $16 million. The wild part is that...
Damn, she got a lawsuit against the nigga too. Like, god damn, dog. Like, bro, what you got going on, my nigga? What you got going on, bro? I don't know what the hell happened. My damn computer just whacked out just now.
Based on what's being reported, Shannon might actually have to pay up because Michelle allegedly has serious receipts that could finish his career for good.
What does that even mean?
Well, forget it. You want to be with me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
I don't know that much. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke you about you when I see you.
Interested.
And then he's just going right into it, bro. Like, bro, why would you be talking to a female this young on the phone like this, bro? Like, I mean, first off, she 30 years younger than you. Second off, bro, you just too loose with your tongue on the phone, bro. Like, bro, dog, bro, these niggas don't know how to move, bro. Like,
And getting choked.
for real, dog. Like, something ain't right.
I might choke you in public.
If that happens, he's going even deeper into financial trouble, and it's looking real ugly. But it doesn't stop there. Here's where things get crazy. Shannon used to be that guy, the one everybody loved to watch. Now, a lot of fans don't even want to see him on TV anymore. He went from being someone people defended nonstop to someone a lot of folks believe is acting strange and not someone they want to support anymore. What makes it worse is that plenty of people warned him before all this went down. They told him his choices could ruin him, and he ignored every sign. Old clips from Club Shay Shay interviews are resurfacing, and commenters have been calling him out for not listening when he had the chance. One clip that had fans fired up was a moment where Monique warned him about spending time with women who were way younger than him, practically young enough to be his daughters. Monique told him that moving like that would only lead to trouble in the long run.
Monique, hey, like I said earlier in the video, Monique, Donnell Rawlins. I mean, shit, yeah, Cat Williams told him, man, like, bro, we need you to pipe down
And
with
wow,
that,
she
bro.
wasn't lying. But if you think that clip was intense, the next one is even more explosive. Another clip floating around is from that huge Cat Williams interview. Monique tried to deliver her warning in a calm way, but Cat didn't sugarcoat a thing. He told Shannon straight up that no matter how famous or well-liked he was, certain behavior could bring everything crashing down. Cat told him that if he didn't control his behavior, he'd end up destroyed like Kang the Conqueror. And now, with all these clips resurfacing, fans are convinced his financial collapse is directly tied to the scandals he's been wrapped up in over the past few years. One TikTok user went on a whole rant, reposting the clips like, Shannon, This could have all been avoided if you would have listened to Kat and Monique. Another wrote, Monique and Kat were literally seated beside you. All the wisdom they gave was meant for you. People started asking the real question.
It's important to point out a couple of things. Number one,
Damn. That's crazy. They had all these folks trying to tell this man, hey, Monique done all them, like, they're like, man, come on, bro. Like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. And he got caught up.
I was not there. I am not. I can provide no eyewitness
dumb
account.
shit.
And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharp, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person. I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets from the AP to...
This is crazy, dog. This is crazy.
The New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet.
Could Shannon have stopped this disaster before it spun out of control? Or was the whole situation bigger than him from the start? Then just when it felt like things couldn't get worse, Shannon got hit with a dismissal letter from ESPN. For anyone who doesn't know, hosting ESPN's First Take was his biggest paycheck go. That job was the crown jewel of his entire career. But once word spread that he settled to not trade the lawsuit for that huge amount, ESPN leadership decided it was time to disconnect from him, and they didn't make any big announcement about it either. No press release, no interview.
So he paid her, and they fired him. Damn. That's crazy.
No public explanation now. Just a quiet email saying they had to part ways. That was it. According to insiders, Shannon was devastated when he found out, because getting fired didn't just mean losing a job. It was a loud message that Shannon Sharp had officially lost all credibility in the sports world. His image damaged, his reputation gone, and the worst part, his finances are reportedly deep in the negative now. But it gets even more embarrassing, it's not just his ESPN position that's slipping away. His whole brand is falling apart. His podcast views have dropped heavy. Sponsors that were once loud have gone silent.
So they said the podcast going down. Like, damn. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I feel for the man, like, you know what I'm saying? But you can't make mistakes like that, bro. Like, those kind of mistakes are, like, evident. Like, bruh. You gotta mess with somebody your own age, bro.
And his merch line completely delayed. Everything he built so proudly is slowly crumbling right in front of him. There's even talk that Shannon has been trying to unload pieces of his real estate portfolio, including that Atlanta property he used to flex all over Instagram.
All black women gold diggers. He told his own children, that he should be the last option that they are able to call whenever they need help. He didn't even want to pay for his own, I believe it was his daughter's wedding.
North wins, an upset for the ages.
Or whenever they need help. He didn't even want to pay for his own, I believe it was his daughter's wedding. He was a willing participant.
Yeah, he was like, you know what I'm saying? He did say that, though. But his daughter wedding, like, he ain't paying no money on it.
He was a willing participant in every single thing that...
It's a wedding, like, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a damn how much paying the wedding. We might go to goddamn Outback or some shit.
He did, and I don't feel sorry for him. The universe sent him signs. Cat Williams tried to warn him. He said it takes 2 weekends. Monique tried to warn him that him now, at the age of 57, shouldn't be messing with a girl that is, what, like 36 years younger than him? And he didn't listen. And he kept it going.
30.
And now he has lost his entire football career. Basically because him and that girl had to settle for $23 million. His whole football career.
23 million.
So she got his entire Hall of Fame career within, and plus $1 million within just a few short months.
At this point, it looks like he's scrambling, throwing anything at the wall just to see what might save him. And fans are starting to connect the dots in real time.
Like she hit the lottery on this nigga, bro.
Stephen A. Smith hit him with the ultimate digital.
Like she hit the lottery on that nigga.
Goodbye. He unfollowed Shannon on Instagram. The internet immediately flipped because that move made one thing clear. This situation is way bigger than we thought. Stephen A. isn't even answering Shannon's calls anymore. And that's when everybody realized this friendship might be done for real. To make things worse, Shannon's club Shay Shay numbers have been sliding ever since that Cat Williams interview. That viral high he once enjoyed, gone. Every new guest gets compared to that legendary moment, and fans say Shannon is basically chasing ghosts now. One YouTube comment summed it up perfectly. This may be the biggest fumble in sports media history. But here's the wildest part. Shannon finally decided to speak on everything in one of his nightcap videos, and it blew up instantly. In the clip, he talked about his exit from ESPN, and you could literally hear the embarrassment in his voice. He knows the world is watching, and it sounds like
this is crazy, bro.
He's painfully aware of how far he's fallen. However, the video wasn't the apology people were expecting. Fans were stunned at how much he tried to shift the blame instead of owning his choices. To them, it sounded like he didn't learn anything from this mess.
Before we get started, obviously, I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until my brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really wanted to be about him, and I wanted to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes involved. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You done with it too. Move on. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you.
And they made sure to tell.
That's crazy. Like and then it's crazy, like the timing of it with his brother going into the Hall of Fame. And he getting hit with these charges right before he finna go into the Hall of Fame.
Straight in the comments.
Crazy.
One top comment said, Shannon didn't learn a thing. It didn't know it. You'll see. And just when people thought the internet reaction was the only smoke coming his way, things got even spicier. Because Stephen A. Smith didn't stay quiet for long. After Shannon's video blew up, Stephen A. jumped on his channel and basically laughed right in his face. His response went viral instantly, spreading across every platform you can name. And it wasn't just because Stephen A. went public with criticism, it was because he was supposed to be Shannon's close friend. People assumed he would defend him no matter what. So seeing him leading the wave against Shannon said everything. But if you think that clip was intense, the next one is even more explosive. Another clip floating around is from that huge Cat Williams interview. Monique tried to deliver her warning in a calm way, but Cat didn't sugarcoat a thing. He told Shannon straight up that no matter how famous or well-liked he was, certain behavior could bring everything crashing down. Cat told him that if he didn't control his behavior, he'd end up destroyed like Kang the Conqueror. And now with all these clips resurfacing, fans are convinced his financial collapse is directly tied to the scandals he's been wrapped up in over the past few years. One TikTok user went on a whole rant reposting the clips like, Shannon, this could have all been avoided if you would have listened to Cat and Monique. Another wrote, Monique,
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, them facts. If he would listen to them folks, he would have been alright. But he played himself.
And Cat were literally seated beside you. All the wisdom they gave was meant for you. People started asking the real question. Could Shannon have stopped this disaster before it spun out of control? Or was the whole situation bigger than him from the start? Then just when it felt like things couldn't get worse, Shannon got hit with a dismissal letter from ESPN. For anyone who doesn't know, hosting ESPN's First Take was his biggest paycheck. That job was the crown jewel of his entire career. But once word spread that he settled the lawsuit for that huge amount, ESPN leadership decided it was time to disconnect from him, and they didn't make any big announcement about it either. No press release, no interview, no public explanation with it. Just a quiet email saying they had to part ways. That was it. According to insiders, Shannon was devastated when he found out, because getting fired didn't just mean losing a job. It was a loud message that Shannon Sharpe had officially lost all credibility in the sports world. His image...
I mean, his image did get tarnished, but he fighting his way back now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, as long as he won't mess with no minors or nothing like that, I mean, you know.
Image, his
you know, it was a bad choice. It was a bad choice. Like, that's the way I feel. It was a bad choice.
Reputation gone. And the worst part, his finances are reportedly deep in the negative now. But it gets even more embarrassing. It's not just his ESPN position that's slipping away. His whole brand is falling apart. His podcast views have dropped heavy. Sponsors that were once loud have gone silent, and his merch line completely delayed. Everything he built so proudly is slowly crumbling right in front of him. There's even talk that Shannon has been trying to unload pieces of his real estate portfolio, including that Atlanta property he used to flex all over Instagram. At this point, it looks like he's scrambling, throwing anything at the wall just to see what might save him. And fans are starting to connect the dots in real time, but then things got even worse. Stephen A. Smith hit him with the ultimate digital goodbye. He unfollowed Shannon on Instagram. The internet immediately flipped because that move made one thing clear. This situation is way bigger than we thought. Stephen A. isn't even answering Shannon's calls anymore. And that's when everybody realized this friendship might be done for real. To make things worse, Shannon's Club Shay Shay numbers have been sliding ever since that Cat Williams interview. That viral high he once enjoyed, gone. Every new guest gets compared to that legendary moment, and fans say Shannon is basically chasing ghosts now. One YouTube comment summed it up perfectly. This may be the biggest fumble in sports media history, but here's the wildest part. Shannon finally decided to speak on everything in one of his nightcap videos, and it blew up instantly. In the clip, he talked about his exit from ESPN, and you could literally hear the embarrassment in his voice. He knows the world is watching, and it sounds like he's painfully aware of how far he's fallen. However, the video wasn't the apology people were expecting. Fans were stunned at how much he tried to shift blame instead of owning his choices. To them, it sounded like he didn't learn anything from this mess, and they made sure to tell him straight in the comments. One top comment said, Shannon didn't learn a thing.
Alright, y'all, we're gonna do this hip-hop Buddha video. It might be a last thing. We'll see. Might be this hip-hop Buddha.
Yo, we back with another one, man. Y'all already know Jim Jones, top op home, Max B, the wave is free. Max B done punched on Jim Jones, smacked this Bentley up, allegedly slept with his wife. No wonder he never want to be cool with this man again. But man, let's get right into it, see what's been going on with Max B and Jim Jones.
He got him in his drive already. I don't owe nothing. He got all his songs already. And you think he got so hot, came out with all them tapes. I did that. I put the hooks together. I made Incredible. All he did was rhyme 16. Well, you know, I made Incredible. I made the hooks. I made the melodies. Yeah, I made the dog. I'm the.
All right, now I'm gonna keep it 100. I ain't never walked in nowhere and nobody was like, go on here and put that Max B on. You know what I'm saying? That never happened. But I will say, Max B did have some legendary hooks, though. He did have legendary hooks. I'll give him that.
Man, I begged him just enough to get my room so I could ram his shit up, ram it up and down. Right? My window was there, he tried to grab me. He came in the window, punched me.
Max B and Jim Jones were once as tight as family, but the moment Jim decided to toss that bond aside was the day Max transformed from his go-to hitmaker into the living nightmare nobody ever expected.
So Jim Jones, compare the names. Look, Max Bigger Val. Jim Jones. That don't even add up. That's not way. That's not a.
Hey, Max B was out here wilding.
Oh my level.
From allegedly snatching his girl to trashing his whip and turning Harlem into a war zone just to get at him, Max B wasn't playing. Let's dive in. Charlie Wingate was born and raised in Harlem, New York, right in the heart of the gritty, legendary uptown struggle. His story starts in the Abraham Lincoln housing projects. Max B came from a life marked by pain and survival. His mother was deep in the grip of crack addiction, in and out of prison, and that left his grandmother to raise him. She became his anchor, but even with her guidance, the streets were always close enough to pull him in. Long before he wrote hooks that had the whole East Coast singing, young Charlie Wingate found his voice in the boys' choir of Harlem. That's where the seeds of that signature Max B sound, the lazy melodic delivery, the sing-song flow, the wavy cadence, were first planted. But the melody couldn't drown out the reality. By the time he was 18, Max B had already gone down the wrong road. In 1997, he was arrested on robbery charges and wound up serving about 8 years in prison. That time behind bars didn't break him, it reshaped him. When he stepped out of prison,
that's a long time in prison, but that ain't your whole life. So he got out and he was able to,
In 2005, he came out with a new name, a sharper edge, and a swagger that only comes from living what you rap about. That's when the world met Max Bigavelli, a name he forged from the giants, Biggie Smalls, Machiavelli, Tupac, and Jigga, Jay-Z. Max saw himself as the perfect blend, the hypnotic flow, the prophetic pain, the hustler confidence.
My name is Max B, aka Max Bigavelli. We know Bigavelli stands for Big Jig and Pac, right? But where did the name... Yeah.
When Max got out, Harlem was buzzing. Diplomats were running things. Cameron and Jim Jones had the streets locked. Max linked...
Hey, round of applause for that Dipset movement, man. We never seen nothing else like it.
Yeah, Dipset. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
Hey, you gotta give it up. It was crazy. It was the movement. It was the movement of all movements.
I ain't got premium, so I got commercials. In the GMCs. Give me a second.
Movement of all movements.
Back up with Cam, and through that bond, he was introduced to Jim Jones. Soon after, he signed with Jim's label, Bird Gang, and started working with legendary Harlem producer Dame Grease. The chemistry was instant. Max B dropped his first mixtape, $1 Million Baby, in 2006, and the streets went crazy. His voice, his flair, his rawness, it was like lightning in a bottle. Bird Gang also had another rising star, Stack Bundles. With Max B and Stack in his camp, Jim Jones was sitting on a gold mine. Max quickly became the secret weapon, laying hooks and verses that made Jim's records sound bigger than ever. Tracks like Baby Girl became staples, and Max's presence elevated everything he touched. But no matter how...
Rest in peace to Stack Bundles, man. Stack Bundles wasn't no joke, man. Stack Bundles would have been real big, man. I wish he would have just, some dudes, man, they can't let the hood go, and people say Jim left him in the hood. I don't know. Jim said he gave him money to get out the hood. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I can't confirm all that, but Stack Bundles was going to be crazy.
How good the music was, Max would never outrun the streets for long. In September 2006, everything changed. Word got back to Max through his ex-girlfriend Gina Conway about a guy named Alan J. Plowden, a flashy dude running a mortgage and mail fraud scheme, always rolling around with big stacks of cash and high-end whips. Gina told Max all about him, and allegedly, jealous.
Always a bop.
Bop it!
Bop, y'all knew it wasn't be a whole story without a bop. Y'all thought a bop wasn't gonna have nothing to do with this. Y'all knew a bop was gonna be involved somewhere. I already knew that.
And hunger got the best of him. According to her, Max made it clear they could hit a lick, and he'd make it worth everyone's while.
Boyfriend Charlie Wingate, aka Max B, a rapper, about the men's money. Then Wingate reaches out to this man, Calvin Leardon.
What happened next is still debated, but the end is clear. Max wasn't there when things went down, but prosecutors said he was the mastermind. Gina Conway, who was also dabbling in dealing and stripping, testified in court that Max sent her and his stepbrother Kelvin Sims Leardon to rob Plowden at a New Jersey Holiday Inn. The plan was supposedly simple: break in when he was out clubbing and take whatever money they could find. But everything about the operation was sloppy. Gina and Sims reportedly spent hours lost, missing exits, wasting time. By the time they finally got to the room, Plowden was back, sleeping next to another woman. Then David Taylor walked in. He wasn't part of the plan. Sims panicked and shot Taylor in the face, execution style. That turned a robbery into a murder.
And I began the morning of September 22nd at the Fort Lee Holiday Inn. Police are called there after a man is shot to death. The victim, David Taylor from Florida,
That's crazy.
was staying in room 227.
Gina Conway was the first domino to fall. Once she was
Bobby!
Yeah, she told on everybody.
caught, she gave up everything to save herself. She gave a 169-page statement and threw Max under the bus, naming him as the one who set the plan.
169 pages of statement. Like, she was telling that all the time.
In motion, she said he promised her everything: money, loyalty, forever, if she helped. And when the feds came for Max, they came hard. He was arrested and hit with life-altering charges, including felony murder. Bail was set at a massive $2 million. While Max B sat in that cold jail cell, time stopped for him, but not for everyone else. Jim Jones, the very man who had signed Max and held him down musically, was suddenly everywhere. Jim dropped We Fly High, aka Ballin'. The track was huge. Overnight, it became an anthem. It was Jim's biggest hit ever, and Max claimed he wrote it. He said he ghost wrote that and most of Jim's other big hits. But while Jim was cashing checks and doing interviews, Max was behind bars, fighting for his life and relevancy. After 10 long months, Max's bail was finally reduced to $90,000. That's when Jim stepped in, but not like a friend would. Instead of helping Max out of loyalty, he allegedly dangled bail as leverage. Reports say Jim agreed to help get Max out only if Max signed over his publishing rights and agreed to do 6 albums under him. Desperate and locked away, Max didn't have many options. He signed. Jim got all the publishing behind the wavy sound, and Max got temporary.
Hey, y'all killing me in the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, share, definitely hit notification. Peace and one.